Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club, the show that you're not supporting on Patreon.com.
Because if anybody except your mother is listening, they're traitors.
No, what's funny is that my mom is the person who is supporting us, but doesn't listen to the show.
And if that's not a real mother, I don't know what is.
Let's play the opening. Wait, there's no opening to this, is there?
It just kind of blends right in.
Yeah, let's make some
Play the
noises.
Star Fox theme.
Ba-ba-bam-bam-ba-da-dam.
Ba-ba-da-dum.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We did it.
We've done it.
So this month, it's the 30th anniversary of Star Fox.
30 years old, a hot dang!
Yeah, it's older than you.
Yes, it is.
Because you're 21, right?
I have been 21 for many millennia.
We gotta keep the young demographic coming in.
As opposed to the 50-year-old peppy hairs we keep getting.
It's funny, our demographics are all like early 20s and late 40s. And nobody in the middle. I've looked at the numbers.
I love it. We're the only ones in the middle and we don't watch this show.
Yeah. We're making shows for people younger and older than us.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Where's our age group? What happened?
What are they doing with their lives? Raising children? Barf.
This is Star Fox Zero. The battle begins.
I forgot that Star Fox Zero was a game that came out.
Well, you're not alone.
I know people had a lot of problems with it, but I don't remember why. Why don't we as a collective like Star Fox Zero?
Well, to talk about Star Fox Zero, first we have to talk about Star Fox.
Let's do it.
Star Fox was released in 1993 for the Super Nintendo, and it was a joint production between two studios. One of them was Nintendo EAD, who we've talked about before. They were responsible for Mario, Zelda, F-Zero, Pikmin, Animal Crossing.
These are all some small indie titles.
Yeah, nobody knows them. The other studio was Argonaut Software, which I think fewer people have heard of, but still a lot of people have heard of them. Though not often for their games.
Oh no, what does that mean?
Argonaut Software were responsible for a game called X for the Game Boy. They worked on Stunt Race FX, and then they went on to make the Croc games.
Oh, I remember Croc.
Yeah, they also made Buck Bumble.
I know the name.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen his work. Argonaut are mostly talked about because they were responsible for creating the Super FX chip. Do you know anything about the Super FX chip?
Not a single dang thing.
In the process of working on games for the Super Nintendo, they were working closely with Nintendo themselves. And they made a prototype based on an earlier game they'd made called Star Glider. And Jez San, the founder of Argonaut, told Nintendo that the only way they could push the graphics further was to create new hardware for the Super Nintendo, which Nintendo agreed to do. And that led to the creation of the Super FX chip, which was the first 3D graphics accelerator ever made for a consumer product.
Wow.
The chip was inside the game cartridge.
Oh.
So whenever you played something like Star Fox or Stunt Race FX, which had 3D graphics, most of the hardware was inside the game itself.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, the designers of the chip joked that the Super Nintendo was just a box to hold the Super FX chip, because it was more powerful than the Super Nintendo's built-in processor. So the chip was used in this game, in Dirt Racer, Stunt Race FX, the Super Nintendo version of Doom, and it was also used in Yoshi's Island, but mostly for scaling and stretching sprites.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you know how in Yoshi's Island there's loads of characters that, like, just get bigger and smaller and stuff without changing their sprite. That's all the Super FX chip doing there. I had no idea.
Wow, thanks, Super FX chip.
The game was designed by Miyamoto, who I'm sure we've talked about once or twice, I think.
I don't know. That's a really small name in video games.
Yeah, Miyamoto Sakurai.
Yeah, we talked about him last time.
Yeah. And also Katsuya Eguchi, who is apparently best known as the creator of Animal Crossing. He was also a level designer for Mario 3 and the chief designer of Yoshi's Story.
Cool.
And all the characters and the story and stuff were created and fleshed out by Tayaka Imamura, who we have talked about before because he did the same thing for the F-Zero series. So that's what I have to say about the original Star Fox. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, because in order for us to talk about Star Fox Zero, we also have to talk about Star Fox 64. So Star Fox 64 was released in 1997 for the N64, and it was made by EAD on their own this time.
And it was the best game ever created.
Yes, and it's a reboot of the original Star Fox, which I didn't know for a long time because I never played the original Star Fox growing up.
Nobody did.
So Star Fox 64 is a reboot that retells the same story but adds a lot of details and fleshes a lot of things out. Most future games would end up drawing from the Star Fox 64 version of events.
Yeah, because it's full of iconic lines.
This short that we looked at was made to promote Star Fox Zero, a third reboot of the Star Fox franchise.
Why?
Or I guess a second reboot. It's the third iteration of the original Star Fox story.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Just keep making the same game over and over again.
I was disappointed by it at the time. Like, it hadn't been that long since the 3DS remake of Star Fox 64 came out.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
I own that game.
So we've been given this story 4 times. I wonder if it's just because Andross dies at the end and they don't want to let go of Andross. So they keep bringing him back.
I would say maybe they can retcon it, but like, how do you explain away turning into a brain and shooting lasers from your eyeballs?
Well, they had him come back as a ghost in Star Fox Adventures.
Was that the one with the dinosaurs?
Yes, that's the one that became a Star Fox game in like the last 10% of its development cycle.
Right.
Anyway, Star Fox Zero was released in 2016 for the Wii U, and nobody played it. It was a joint production by Nintendo and Platinum Games. I like Platinum Games. They made Bayonetta and Wonderful 101 and Nier Automata. They're kind of like the spiritual successor to Clover, which were one of my favorite Capcom studios. They made Okami and Beautiful Joe.
Oh.
This short's called The Battle Begins. I think I mentioned that already.
I think so.
Not that that title actually appears in the short anywhere.
No.
It's just the YouTube title. Because this short was released on YouTube. I think this might be the first thing we've looked at that was released on YouTube first.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was also released as a download for the Wii U. Which I think I still have it downloaded onto my Wii U.
I don't have a Wii U.
No, nobody does. Just me.
Basically.
It released on April 20th, 2016, which was 1 day before the Japanese game release, and 2 days before the US and European release. And it was produced by 3 studios. One was Wit Studio, who are known for Attack on Titan, Spy X Family. They recently did the Pokemon Hisuian Snow series, which I think also went straight to YouTube.
I don't think I even know what that is.
That is a short series of... I don't know how long the episodes are, but it's set in the Hisui region, and all I know is that it's about a trainer and a Hisuian Zorua.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched it yet. But we'll get round to it. We'll watch it for the show at some point.
We'll watch it for monetary purposes.
Monetary purposes. Like we
It's a
make
tax
money doing
write-off.
this.
Excuse me, you talked us out of getting $100,000 a month.
My mom accidentally entered that number, and there's no way she could support that
No.
payment.
I wish there was a world where she could feasibly support us with that, because that would mean that she was doing pretty dang well for herself.
Yeah, it would. She wouldn't need to work anymore. Another studio that worked on this was Production IG, who I'm quite familiar with. And you're a little bit familiar with.
Am I?
Yeah, they made Blood Plus.
Oh, yeah. I remember that phase of my life.
Yeah, you watched that like 20 years ago.
Yes, I did. In one big, long sitting.
They also made Haikyuu, which I've heard of. They made a bunch of Ghost in the Shell things. I don't know if they made the original Ghost in the Shell, but they made a bunch of other things. And they did the 2D animated cutscenes for Grandia, Tales of Symphonia, Sonic Riders, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and Persona 5.
Those are some titles.
Yeah, those are some big names that I've played like half of. And the 3D animation in this short was done by Orange. The only thing I recognized in Orange's past work was Beastars. I haven't seen Beastars, but I heard of it.
Same.
This was written by Aya Takaha. I didn't recognize much of their past writing, but they wrote something called The Ancient Magus's Bride, which seemed to be...
I've heard of that.
I have not. So good. Someone's heard of it. And it was also written by Eiji Umehara, who wrote something called Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song, which I also haven't heard of.
No. That just sounded like you cast a hex on me.
Aya Takaha and Eiji Umehara also wrote together on Pokemon The Power of Us and Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. I really liked one of those movies. It was not Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution.
Yeah, I know that about you.
Why did they make that?
For money.
Yeah. Hey, should we make a new movie? Or should we desecrate a classic?
To be fair, if that was their exact word.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the actual intention, mission accomplished. Anyway, let's talk about the show, shall we?
I guess.
We open with a shot of the Lilat system as a portal opens above Corneria.
I just love that we see Andross and he's like hate watching the news.
Yeah. We don't really see him. We see his eyes, right?
Yeah.
We never get a good look at Andross in this short. It's kind of a shame. It's always just one facial feature.
His big giant monkey mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, he's hate watching General Pepper unveiling a painting of himself on TV.
It was a slow news day. Now that Andross has been banished, they got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, and they only get the General Pepper channel. That's a part of the banishment.
It's the only thing that broadcasts that far into the depths of space.
Yeah, on purpose. Oh, General Pepper's going to be on. We better broadcast this to Andross. We've left you here on the planet Venom with a gun with a single bullet and a TV that only receives programs about General Pepper.
It's like watching the History Channel, but everything is a boring documentary about General Pepper.
General Pepper and Andross are both played by Suguo Mogami.
Is this some kind of deep message about who they are as people and how they're not so different?
Yeah, is this
you
like how Captain Hook is played by the same actor who plays Peter's father? Not Peter's, Wendy's father, that's who I mean.
Gonna say Peter's father.
Yeah, I meant what you know. I mix up boys or girls. I don't understand the difference. Yeah, Suguo Mogami has been playing General Pepper, Andross, and Pigma since Star Fox 64 3D. So I didn't realize this, but they apparently got a full new voice cast for the 3DS version, which I think is weird.
I don't care for that.
Yeah, they had to re-record all the lines, I guess, but for the English version, they actually brought back the original actors, and for the Japanese version, they got a whole new cast. And usually it goes the other way around.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, Andross is here. He's been exiled. He wants revenge. That's all we really need to know. Oh wait,
Yeah,
I didn't
the
finish
usual.
talking about Suguo Mogami, did I?
I don't know, did you?
No, I didn't. He also plays Guy in the Street Fighter games.
Cool.
He has played Feraligatr, Dusknoir, Machoke, and Machamp in various Pokemon things.
Yes, of course. That's what you'll know him for.
He plays Spewart in Mario Odyssey. That's the vomiting rabbit.
I don't remember him.
He's one of the... Do you not remember the 4 rabbits?
I remember the 4 rabbits, but I don't
Okay.
remember who is who and what they do.
He's the purple one, and he vomits purple fluids all over the stage.
Gross. Is that the stage where you get the flood and you have to clean it up?
It would be. He also played Mr. Compress, Nomu, and Crust in My Hero Academia. In English, General Pepper and Andross are not credited. I don't know who plays them.
That's sad.
It is sad. I couldn't find out. If anybody knows, let me know. Someone must know.
Or if you would like to take credit and canonically you are now General Pepper.
Oh, my friend Steve is the voice of General Pepper.
Great job, Steve.
Good job, Steve. Congratulations. You did really well. Did you play Andross too? Let us know.
No, I'm Andross.
Oh, you're Andross? I had no idea.
I didn't want you to find out this way.
So now we get some shots of Corneria City with all kinds of animal peoples going about their lives.
Yeah. For some reason, it never really stuck in my brain that this is like an entire universe of animal people.
I guess you're not often drawn to think too much about the ones that we're not directly spending time with, are you?
Exactly.
Like, I realized that I've never really thought of Corneria as a working city.
Right. It's just a thing that you fly over
Yeah.
while you're shooting down enemies.
Yeah.
It's some bad textures and some weird architecture.
Yeah. I never really thought of them as buildings. They're just obstacles.
Yeah, they're just things that I run my wing into and snap it off.
I thought all these people were pretty cute. I think they're all dogs. They seem to all be different breeds of dogs.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, that this is just like a dog city.
Yeah. Do you think dogs are the white people of the Lilac system? I noticed in the background of one shot, there's like a tourism poster that says Aqualis on it. And at first I was like, oh, that's another planet from Star Fox. But it's not.
Yeah, I didn't think I remembered that name.
I did remember
Also,
that
why
name.
would you want to go there on your vacation and go fight a giant clam?
Well, the clam wasn't always there. Andross put the clam there.
We don't know when he put the clam there.
That's true. But no, I knew the name Aqualis, and it was driving me crazy. Because, like, where did I know it from? Because it's not the Star Fox planet, that's just Aquas. But I found it.
Uh-huh.
Aqualis is the water planet from Milky Way Wishes in Kirby Superstar.
Oh.
And I thought maybe it's just a coincidence, and they just, like, happened to write a similar name that's identical.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something later on that convinced me it was not a coincidence, and I'll tell you what that was when we get there.
So Kirby and Star Fox are canonically in the same universe?
I don't think this is the first time they've hinted at that. I think in various places it's been hinted in the past that Metroid, F-Zero, Star Fox, and Kirby are all connected. And possibly Pikmin, too.
Isn't Fox's dad an F-Zero racer?
There's an F-Zero racer with the same name and a similar outfit. But, you know, that could be a coincidence. Or it could be some multiverse shit. I don't know. He's not the leader of the Star Fox team in F-Zero, though. He's the leader of the Galaxy Dogs.
Galaxy Dogs. That's a cute name.
Did you spot the guy with the guitar?
Well, it was hard not to.
He was like making a strumming motion, but there's no guitar sounds. And he's just going...
Listen, let him busk the way he chooses to busk.
Buskin makes him feel good.
I hate you.
You know your hate fuels me.
You are the Andross watching the broadcast that I shoot at you from across the universe.
Your hate is why I get up in the morning.
Well, that's because I'm screaming at you. You have no choice.
This idyllic scene is interrupted by a bunch of shaking. Everything just starts shimmy and shaking in. And then the portal opens above General Pepper's command tower.
Oh no!
And then we cut to the Great Fox. And the Star Fox 64 theme plays.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
It was so distracting that it took me a few seconds to actually remember to read the show that I was watching, because I was just so in that Star Fox 64 groove.
Yeah. It's funny that the Star Fox 64 theme song has become the theme song of the entire series.
Because it's incredible.
But there was a different theme song in the original Star Fox.
It wasn't as incredible.
That's true, it wasn't. I remember the first time I heard it was in Smash Brothers Melee, because one of the two Star Fox stages uses that. And I was just like, what is this music? This is bad music.
Aww.
It's not bad, but it's not the Star Fox 64 theme. The best song from the original Star Fox is the Corneria theme, which is better than the Star Fox 64 Corneria theme.
Which they put in the show.
Did they?
Yeah. Playing when Falco is playing Star Fox.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, yes.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that really obvious cameo.
I have notes about it, but we're not there yet, and I forgot. So here's Fox introducing himself, and he tells us that he took over the Star Fox team when his dad passed away 5 years ago. Fox McCloud is played by Takashi Ohara, who has been the voice of Fox since Star Fox 64 3D. You'll notice a running theme with these voice actors. All of the Japanese cast have been the voice of Fox. That's not right. All of the Japanese cast have been the voice of these characters since Star Fox 64 3D. I think without exception.
Good.
But this guy is also the voice of Skyward Sword Link, because in case you don't know, every Link has a different voice actor.
I did not know.
He's the voice specifically of the Skyward Sword one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder why they all have different voice actors, because they all still sound the same.
Because they're all still the same dude.
Yeah. And like every single one of them is doing the same voice.
Right, they sound identical enough.
But
why even get someone else?
Well, they do it anyway. I guess they just care. So, and because it's Skyward Sword Link that appears in Mario Kart 8, that means he's also the voice of Link in Mario Kart 8 as well.
Okay.
He's also Tamagawa in Haikyuu and Shunyu in Dynasty Warriors. In English, Fox is played by Joe Zieja. Zieja. One of those. He played Fox only in this. And when I say only in this, I don't mean only in Star Fox Zero. I mean only in this short.
It's very confusing.
Why?
North America chooses to do with its voice actors.
It's baffling to me because I feel like they could have easily just had the voice actors for the game record the voices for this while they were in recording for the game.
Yeah.
But this has a completely separate cast from the game that it's promoting. None of these actors are the voices in the game. Not a single one of them. For the English version. For the Japanese version, it's all the same voices. Joe here played Claude in Fire Emblem. He played Caesar in Just Cause 4. He played Issei in Judgment. And he's the author of the Epic Failure trilogy, which are books that have apparently been described as Terry Pratchett in space.
I thought that was Douglas Adams.
I don't know. I haven't read these books, so I can't judge. You know I'm a huge Terry Pratchett fan.
Mm-hmm.
I've read everything he ever wrote, and even some things that he didn't. So Fox introduces Slippy Toad, his friend from the Cornerian Military Academy.
I did always wonder how Slippy figured into this.
Oh, I've always known that. But it wasn't... It's one of those things where you have to like go away and read supporting material, you know?
That wasn't a thing that I ever did.
I did. I read so much about Star Fox. Star Fox was a big hyperfixation for me. Way back in the day, I found a website that had blueprints for all the ships and stuff.
That's some nerdy shit.
Yeah, they'd all been taken from like Japanese strategy guides and stuff. The Japanese strategy guides get so much behind the scenes info. I wish we got it in English more.
Yeah, now we don't get much of anything except for game FAQs.
Yeah, and even that's kind of dead. I mean, it's still around, but it's more of a wiki now.
Weird.
Yeah, it's not just plain text guides like it used to be.
And like ASCII art.
Yeah, that
It
stuff
was
was
so
cool.
charming.
Yeah. Did you ever print one?
I don't think so.
I did.
Of course you
I
did.
don't remember what it was for. I printed out an entire website. There was a website that was a guide to Mario 64. And it had like... It didn't have any screenshots because those were too hard to take back then. But it had a bunch of like pictures of stars and stuff around the site. And I printed the whole site.
How many pages was that?
Oh, it was a stack.
No, my dad was militant about printing stuff, so I never went in all William Milliam printed things.
So you had the disadvantage of having a tech-savvy parent. I was the tech-savvy one in our house. I controlled the printer.
You controlled the spice.
I was the one saying when people could be on the internet.
No, Mother, you cannot make a phone call. I'm printing off a Mario website.
Anyway, Slippy is sleeping with, I guess it's a tourism brochure on his face?
Yeah, for Corneria.
Yeah, and here's the thing that convinced me that Aquilus wasn't a coincidence. Because the cover of the magazine also advertises Aquilus, along with Floria, Mechai, and Half Moon, which are all other planets from Milky Way wishes. So this is a deliberate Kirby reference.
I love Milky Way wishes. If I could play as Falco Lombardi in Milky Way wishes, I could die happy.
Don't you get some kind of Star Fox treasure in Great Cave Offensive? I bet you do.
It's been a long time since I played it.
You probably get like Fox's helmet or something. Oh no, you get Captain Falcon's helmet.
Don't you also get a Mr. Saturn or something?
Yeah, you do. And you get a Maneki Neko, which at the time I didn't know what that was, so I thought it was a Meowth. I thought they were making a Pokemon reference.
I can't believe Kirby stole from Pokemon.
A year before Pokemon came out.
Unbelievable.
So next, Fox introduces Falco, who is playing Star Fox.
I loved it.
I love how Fox is telling us that Falco has a bad attitude, but he's a great pilot. As we watch Falco fail at the first stage of the original Star Fox.
He smashes right into an arch.
And it looks like Slippy made this version of the game, because on the game over screen, Slippy taunts him.
Well, they didn't want to think about the messy logistics of having actual human Star Fox exist within the Star Fox universe.
Do you think in the Star Fox universe, the characters are all humans?
No.
I mean, in the game. Like, when they play the Star Fox game, is it all humans?
Oh, maybe. They're like, ew, look at these weird naked monkey people.
Yeah.
Why does everyone look like Andrew?
Andrew's not in this, is he?
Who is that monkey then?
What monkey?
The
Oh,
one in the ship.
you didn't recognize him? We'll get to him. Don't worry about him for now.
Okay. Is it the monkey from Sonic the cartoon?
It's coconuts.
Coconuts!
Slippy puts a visor that he invented on Falco to help him target things better in the game.
To help him get good.
Yeah. So I feel like they're really telling us that Falco's not as good as he says he is.
Falco is a great pilot. He's just bad at video games.
So Falco Lombardi is played by Kosuke Takaguchi, who has been the voice of both Falco and Wolf since Star Fox 64 3D.
I love both of them.
Yeah, they are actually my two favorite characters.
Mine too.
He also played Darunia in Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
He's the voice of Muscular in My Hero Academia. And he's the voice of Kingon of the Bigfoot in the Super Sentai series. In English, he's played by Jacob Craner, who again does not play Falco anywhere outside of this. But he plays Robbie in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I know you won't know who Robbie is. I don't think you haven't played Breath of the Wild that much, have you?
Mm-mm. I've just seen a lot of it.
He's an old man Sheikah scientist that you meet. And in Age of Calamity, you play as him as a young man. Because Age of Calamity is set 100 years before Breath of the Wild. It's cool. The calamity. It's the time when the world got destroyed. He also plays Boreas, Andreas, and Zadith in Genshin Impact, a game which I know the name of.
And nothing else.
And he's Sakahagi in Shin Megami Tensei 3, which I kind of want to play. That's the series that Persona span off from, so I'm interested. Yeah. And then we have Slippy Toad, played in Japanese by Kei Hayami, who has been the voice of Slippy and Cat since Star Fox 64 3D.
Slippy and Cat?
Yeah, both of them.
I love it.
She also played Hilda in Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
Was she in Magical Princess Minky Momo?
I wish. No, there's no Minky Momo connection that I could find this episode, I'm afraid.
Darn.
But let's play the magical Minky Momo theme song now anyway. Here it is. Minky Mama. In English, Slippy is played by Shannon Torrance. I looked up this person, and there really wasn't much. You know how IMDb gives you 4 things that someone is most known for?
Mm-hmm.
For her, they were ship's voice in Red Shirts, laundromat patron in Of All the Luck, and pet store announcer in Pushin' Litter.
Okay.
And my personal favourite, and the only one which is a named character, Pam Phillips in Cicada. Have you heard of Cicada?
No, but it sounds like a horror movie based on cicadas.
Well, yes, it is exactly what it sounds like.
Yes.
I want to show you the trailer because I watched it. Boy, was it a trailer.
Do it. Show me.
Yeah, I found it.
I am well versed in the titles of bad horror movies, so if it's just animal name, I know exactly what's going on. Kills humans dead. Oh my god, it's like Birdemic!
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too.
It looks like it's intentionally campy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Some of these shots look like they're from Harvester.
Stop talking about Harvester!
I'll never stop. So that's Cicada, a movie that I think we should at least attempt to watch at some point.
Yeah.
Slippy says that they left planet Sauria 10 days ago.
Is that the one that Star Fox Adventure takes place on?
It is! How did you guess?
I'm so good at guessing!
They in Star Fox Adventures, they only ever call it Dinosaur Planet, but it got renamed Sauria in Star Fox Assault because it's weird to call it Dinosaur Planet.
I don't know. I mean, I like to refer to Earth as human planet.
It's just like, here we have the planets of the Lilat system: Fortuna, Titania, Zonus, Dinosaur Planet,
Dog planet.
Andross House.
Planet Andross house.
Slippy shows Fox the travel magazine and they start talking about where they're going to eat when they get there. And I thought that was really cute. We don't often get to see the Star Fox team just like going about an everyday life.
I like that they managed to tie in the fact that Slippy was desperate for crab into the fact that giant crabs are attacking Corneria.
Oh, yeah. Peppy starts yelling at Fox and Slippy for goofing off. And Fox introduces him to us as a man who fought alongside his father. Peppy Hare is played by Kunpei Sakamoto, who has been Peppy since Star Fox 64 3D. He's also the Japanese voice of Palbo, the coffee house owner, in Detective Pikachu. Not a whole lot else, so I wrote down that he was also Okano in something called Terror in Resonance, which I've never heard of.
Me neither.
But he was that. The English voice is Mark Whitten, who had a few things that I think you might know. He played Hugo Pennywort in God Eater 3.
I haven't played the third one.
Oh, is that another one we played? I don't remember.
No, we played 2.
Oh,
I'm scared that my PC can't handle 3.
The only part I can ever remember about the title is Rage Burst! What about Lucas in Rune Factory 5?
Yes, I know Lucas.
Okay, that's him. He's Peppy Hare.
Now I have to date him. And just pretend I'm dating Peppy.
He also played Seteth in Fire Emblem, Kyojuro in Demon Slayer, and he played Sideswipe and Skywarp in Transformers War for Cybertron.
Cool.
I think he's the most prolific of all the English actors in this. Or at least he had the most things I recognized in his credits.
But was he in Cicada?
No.
I don't think so.
And really, that is his biggest failure in life.
That is the true measure of success.
Peppy yells at them for all the junk they've left lying around, and I think it's a pretty fair... Like, look...
I thought it was very weird that it's like a bunch of children's building blocks.
Why? Yeah, it's a bunch of children's building blocks that Fox and Slippy have left lying around.
I don't know.
It's really weird. That's not all that's around, but the other stuff that's around is worse. Because it's like literal trash. It's like half-eaten packets of chips and stuff.
I do expect that from them, though.
I don't know that I do. I expect it from Falco.
I would say Falco and Slippy are the ones you have to look out for.
I guess. Fox strikes me as a clean boy. I think he picks up after himself.
I think Fox is trying real hard to fill his dad's shoes, so he's a clean boy to please Papa.
Yeah, and Peppa.
Peppa Pig? Is she also in this universe?
Peppa Pigma.
No, now I'm thinking of her as that horrible face on the ship Pigma would become.
Oh yeah, what was that in? That was in Assault, right?
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was weird.
They killed Pigma off.
Yes, they did.
It was so...
In a pretty gruesome way.
Yeah. I think he's the only recurring character besides Andross who ever got killed off. He kind of deserved it. He was kind of a prick.
Kinda.
Because Wolf gets redeemed, doesn't he, eventually? Wolf is kind of a dick in Star Fox 64, but in Assault, he kind of becomes a friend.
It's been a long time since I've played Assault.
Yeah, he helps you in the end. But the only member of his 64 team who is still with him is Leon. Andrew has left and is trying to become the new Andross. And Pygma is gone because they kicked him out because he was a shit. And they got Panther to replace them both.
I forgot about Panther.
Yeah, I quite like Panther, but he's not as cool as Wolf. Anyway, Falco finally beats the boss of Stage 1.
Thanks to computer-aided technology.
Yeah, we don't get a really good look at the boss, but you can see the shape of it, and it's the Stage 1 boss from the original Star Fox, which was also the secret root boss in Stage 1 of Star Fox 64. Peppy finds his keychain.
Yeah.
It's a ball of fur made from General Pepper's fur as a sign of their friendship.
I am so glad that Fox and Falco both thought it was weird.
It's super weird, right?
Like, say you're in the military and you serve under somebody and they give you a ball of their hair as a medal of valor.
Imagine if if you just handed me a clump of your hair and you were like, it's a sign of our friendship, I'd be like, great.
To be fair, that sounds like something I would do. Because my hair is all over the place.
Yeah, but you would just be like balling it up and then you would not want to walk to a trash can or whatever. And then
100%.
And you just hand it to me and say it's a sign of our friendship.
Yes. This is the most accurate thing you've ever said.
Yeah, I know. But you'd be doing it as a joke / to get rid of something you don't want. You wouldn't be doing it earnestly like this is. Oh, what if that's how General Pepper was doing it? What if he was doing it exactly the way you were?
And Peppy just took it way too personally, way too sentimentally.
Yeah. And General Pepper has no idea that Peppy still has that.
You didn't throw that away?
Oh, you kept that. I'm gonna need this guy out of my house. It's a sign of
valor, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, very good. I would like you to be stationed far from here.
But before you go, I've got a few more signs of valor for you if you want to get rid of those for me.
You know, I'm gonna send you to the planet at the far end of the galaxy. Venom, someone's there, I think. Take him out.
I'm sending you on a personal super secret mission, Peppy. I'm not telling Fox about it.
That is what happens. Anyway, let's go. So apparently the war between Corneria and Andross has already been raging for 2 years. So Peppy thinks they're acting a bit too relaxed. And I kind of agree. They're 2 years into a war, apparently, and they're all just chill about it. But then Slippy says it's fine because Corneria's defense line is impenetrable. And that's also kind of a fair point, because if it has been 2 years since the war started and Corneria is still peaceful, I guess you would kind of let your guard down about it.
Yeah, but in the very next beat is when Peppy is proven, or Slippy is proven a fool.
Oh yeah, not that we needed that proven. I know a lot of people hate Slippy. I love Slippy.
I love Slippy.
I love all 4 of these guys.
Me too.
I don't have a problem with any Star Fox character who isn't Crystal.
Fair.
But Crystal isn't here. Because this is a reboot.
So I, like many people in this world, have suffered from something truly debilitating. And that is little brother syndrome. because I have 2 older brothers, so that means they always got the pick of the best characters.
I see.
So my 2 older brothers I think they were Fox and Peppy? I feel like my oldest brother picked Peppy, and I was not yet on the Falco train because I was like 8 years old. But Slippy Toad.
Well, I think on the N64, I don't think you actually got to choose a character from a menu, did you? Wasn't it based on
No,
which controller you had?
Yeah, but we had 4 controllers, so
Yeah. So yeah, I think even if you only had 2 controllers, if you really wanted to be Falco, I think you could just plug it into the right slot and be Falco.
yeah, that's true.
I think that's how it worked anyway. It's been a long time. Oh, Rob64.
Yeah, he's here.
I love him.
Me too.
He's called Nuss in Japanese.
Why?
Nuss64 is his name, and it's because Nuss was the N64's product code name.
Oh.
It's NUS. It stands for Nintendo Ultra 64, which was the original name of
Ultra
the console.
64.
Yeah, that's what they were going to call it, the Nintendo Ultra 64.
I guess they had the Super Nintendo, so the next logical step is the Ultra Nintendo.
Yeah. But they made the right choice, I think. And they wouldn't make a giant slip in naming a console until the Wii U.
Wii U.
I mean, do you remember how much everyone hated the name of the Wii for like 6 months when they first revealed it?
Not really.
Everyone was making fun of it. And I remember Nintendo at the time were like, you'll get used to it and then it will just seem normal. And everyone was like, no, we won't. We'll never get used to this. And then everyone got used to it.
Right. Who's going to spend their life staying mad at something called the Wii?
Yeah. But Wii U was a mistake because it made it sound like... I mean, it doesn't help the way they advertised it because they only showed the gamepad. And everyone I know who isn't super clued in just thought it was a new controller for the Wii. I still think that's why the Wii U did so badly, because it wasn't a bad console. I think...
No, I actually wanted one, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it, because it's really good. It really got me back into couch multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Nintendo Land, which was... It was, like, to this day, I think, my favorite game that they've released for it. And I'm sad that there's no real way to do a Switch port of it.
No, I wanted the Wii U for the Virtual Console.
Yeah, had DS games.
I know. And only until fairly recently did they put Paper Mario on the Switch.
Yeah, it took them a while. Have you played it?
No.
But you can now.
I can now. Which means I'm probably never going to, because I'm always going to live under the false reality that I can play it whenever I want.
Have you downloaded the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance things yet?
No, I just listened when you told me what was on them. I was like, oh, I can wait.
Yeah.
I don't have the space on my Switch for this.
Well, they're super small.
That's true.
I doubt the Game Boy one probably isn't even like 2 megabytes, to be honest. Especially with the number of games that are on there right now. There's only like 5.
I had initially planned on not getting the Game Boy one, but then you said they already put 6 golden coins on it. I was like, that's the one game. The one game that would get me back.
What about Kirby Tilt and Tumble?
My favorite.
I'm actually excited for that because I've never played it. Because it was like impossible to emulate.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need a tilt and tumble.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Rob64. In Japanese, he's played by Atsushi Abe, who has been playing Rob, Andrew, and Bill since Star Fox 64 3D. Can you believe Andrew and Bill are the same guy?
No.
I have such different opinions about those two characters. I love Rob64. I love Bill. I do not like Andrew. He's probably my least favorite Star Fox
He's
character
so
that I don't hate.
whiny.
Yeah. He's only on the Star Wolf team because of nepotism. That's literally the
Mhm.
story.
To be fair, though, great character in that regard.
Yeah. But that's why when you meet them in Star Fox Assault, you find out they kicked him out basically as soon as Andross died because he wasn't even a good pilot.
I wish that showed in game with him just being worse at killing. Who does he go after? Falco?
Slippy.
Slippy.
Yeah. It's Leon who goes after Falco, I think.
That's right.
Because they're the two best pilots.
Yeah.
Andrew
And then,
goes
of course,
after Slippy because they're the two worst pilots. And yeah, Pigma goes for Peppy because they have a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
Atsushi also plays Tobin in Fire Emblem, Cheren in Pokemon Masters, and Inojian in Boruto. I've never seen Boruto.
Me neither.
Rob64 in English is uncredited. I don't know who played him.
Oh no!
So I'm sorry.
So who are we canonically saying is Rob64?
Oh, can I do it?
You can do it.
I'll do it. Location confirmed. Sending supplies. Put some effects on that. Don't forget.
I feel like I'm
me.
there, man. I feel like I'm going through the warps into the synthwave zone. But the one that we want to hear is that he's sending supplies.
Yeah.
Because I've got one wingaling and I'm pew-pewing a single green laser.
Did you know, I found out today that if you lose a wing in Sector Z, the only stage where the Great Fox is actually present, you can fly into the Great Fox and get it mended for free.
What?
Yeah, you can fly in through the hatch at the bottom and you'll just get your wing back.
I would never even attempt that because I would just assume you'd blow up.
Yeah, me too. Not only does...
Fox, that was one of ours!
Yeah, if you fly into the Great Fox's hatch, not only does Rob fix your wing, but he also gives you a free laser upgrade.
What?
Apparently. I've never known that.
Citation needed.
I'll try it, because I'm there right now. Down on Corneria, the capital is under attack. There are Andross carrier ships coming through the portal that we saw, and they're dropping off spider robots.
Some giant enemy crabs.
I mean, yeah, they call them crabs, but they look more like spiders to me. Falco points out it's strange that they aren't just destroying everything.
But Pippy. Slippy. Slippy uses his big brain to figure out why.
Does he?
Yeah, because he realizes that the crab spiders are unmanned, so that they're just locking onto General Pepper's biosignature.
Oh, yeah. We get a cute shot. We get the shot of them running down the corridor. It's like actually recreating the opening to Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Me too.
Because that's the most iconic shot in any of the games to me. The 4 team members running down that corridor.
Yeah, because you have to watch it for like 20 minutes if you beat the game.
No, it plays at the beginning.
Oh, that's right. You just see their silhouettes as Slippy slowly falls behind.
Yeah, they're running against the sunset.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the one you're thinking of. As the Great Fox bursts out of the earth behind them. Yeah, I forgot that Slippy gradually falls behind. I went away during the credits and came back to him being really far behind everyone.
That's my favorite part.
So yeah, you're right. Slippy is the one who figures out what's going on. And then Peppy has a realization. And it's extremely clear what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's they make it so clear, but they still explain it later for anyone who didn't get it.
For any of the children watching.
Yeah. I have to be really careful that I don't mix up Peppy and Pepper.
There's Peppy, Pepper, and Slippy, and I'm getting angry about it.
Peppy and Slippy I'm fine with. Those are different enough to me, but Peppy and Pepper is too much.
They could have named him anything. They could have named him General Salt.
Yeah. It feels like someone had a real dog called Pepper and they were like,
yes.
Can you name the dog Pepper after my dog?
My dog is a very good boy.
And then we come back to Fox and Falco just waiting by the tubes. Falco thinks they're waiting because Slippy and Peppy had to use the bathroom before they went.
But it is made obvious that this is a thing that clearly happens every time they go.
Yeah. I like that detail.
Me too.
Like I said, I like finding out little details about their average lives. I want my slice of life Star Fox show. But as they come back, Fox notices Slippy's holding a tube and Peppy's furball is gone. So Fox knows what's going on.
Everyone knows that Falco.
Falco's the only one who doesn't figure it out. I am willing to give that to Falco because he seems like a guy who just wouldn't be paying attention.
Yeah.
He's got other things on his mind.
As long as it gets taken care of in the end, it doesn't matter how.
Yeah. We know he's not stupid because he's the one who pointed out that they were clearly up to something else because they weren't just wrecking everything. And Fox hadn't thought of that.
So Fox is the dumb one on the team.
No, because he figured out this thing and Falco didn't. So what we're learning is there is no dumb one. They're all
there has to be a dumb one.
They're all selectively dumb. But they're all clever in their own way. Unlike Star Wolf, which has a very clear dumb one. They all jump in the R-Wings and put on Slippy's visors. Did you notice the little screen on the panels says good luck on it as they fly out?
Yes, I did.
I liked that.
And I heard it in the Rob voice.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, every time you start a stage I think in pretty much every Star Fox game, there's a voice that goes, good luck. Because that's even in the Super Nintendo one, I think. And I know it's in Zero as well. They even used the same voice clip, I think, in Zero. And they pretty faithfully recreated the opening to the first stage of Star Fox 64 here, where they're like checking the G diffusers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they even
talking back and forth.
Yeah, and when the enemies start showing up, it's the same ships as well. I think they probably recreated this pretty faithfully in Star Fox Zero too, as gameplay, but it's been a while since I played it, so I don't remember.
Well, they have no choice if all they're doing is remaking the same game over and over again.
But it's different, though. They remade it and they made it different and worse.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Because there was none of this portal stuff in the original.
Correct.
Every time they reboot it, they add new elements to the plot. And the first time they did it, they made it 10 times better than the original. So I think they assumed that they would do the same again if they remade it again. But they did not. They made it worse this time.
Now it's just getting weighted down.
Yeah.
Portals and giant enemy crabs and...
I think, if I remember rightly, one of my biggest complaints about Star Fox Zero was that it's linear. Because my favorite thing about Star Fox 64 is that there are all these different branching story paths, and you have to figure out how to get to certain stages. You have to figure out what it is you need to do to trigger you going to a different stage. Zero didn't do that. I think Zero was just a linear story without any branches like that, and I was disappointed.
Wasn't Assault also linear?
It was, but Assault wasn't trying to be Star Fox 64. Assault was doing its own thing.
True.
It was very different gameplay-wise. Whereas Zero, like, all the advertising was, it's Star Fox 64. Remember Star Fox 64? This is the new one. This is our replacement for Star Fox 64. This is the new canon.
Star Fox 64 was sent to a farm where it'll be happy with his friends. This is your new dog. I mean, this is Star Fox 64.
It looks the same, but it doesn't taste the same.
Just like your new dog.
Rob64 tells us that all the citizens have been evacuated. An important detail that we've never been told in the games before.
You're just a sky menace terrorizing these people.
Yeah, if they ever mentioned the civilians in Star Fox 64, I might have considered them before. But they never said anything about the place being evacuated. We just flew in and started blasting, like Danny DeVito. It feels a lot like a real Star Fox stage, this whole section.
It does, and they give us the greatest hits. They give us a barrel roll.
Yep.
They give us the brakes.
That's right, yep, use the brakes. They give us all-range mode.
Oh, all-range mode. I was not anticipating that, but I appreciated it.
Yeah, they really let us know that they remembered Star Fox 64 existed, and they peppered this short with the quotes we remember, because that one of the main things about Star Fox 64 is the quotes, right? We quote them all the time.
Practically every day for the last 15 years.
I do it constantly on stream, and I don't think anyone knows.
Which is a crying shame.
Nobody has ever reacted to it when I've done it, but like every time I'm in combat in any game and I take out what I think is the last one, I always go, "Did we get him?" And I don't think anyone knows that I'm quoting Star Fox 64, but that's what I'm doing every time.
Not yet, sir.
I did it like 3 times today in Mass Effect. There's so many quotes. What are your greatest hits? What are the ones you think of?
I think about the train boss a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Step on the gas.
Yeah, the train boss is good.
I'll lure these guys to the front.
I think about classics like
Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side.
That's a very good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot about...
Cocky little freak!
For some reason, I don't know why, because this isn't even like usable in any situations, but I think a lot about... I think it's the first boss, where it's like...
Who are you guys?
We're Star Fox.
You'll never defeat Andross!
Yeah, that's the first boss. Isn't that the first boss when you just get mission complete as opposed to accomplished?
No, I think that's the accomplished one, when you fight over the water.
It's been a long time since I've played that.
Because the other one, he's the one you shoot out the leg and then he falls down.
I hate that guy. I hate fighting that guy.
Oh, it's so quick, though.
I hate him.
You need to have the blue lasers, and you can shoot his leg out in like a second, and then he's just helpless lying on his back. And you just take another swoop around and shoot the back out. No, he's the one who goes, "My Emperor, I failed you."
I just have bad memories of it because if you don't shoot his legs out right away, then sometimes you just spend like 20 minutes trying to turn around.
Him. I have that problem with the Sector Y boss, the guy in the like flying suit.
Oh, I hate him.
Yeah, he sucks.
And you'll see him as like a speck on the horizon.
Yeah.
What a good game.
It is a great game. I love that game. Slippy puts Pepper's fur in a slot in his dashboard. He has a slot for that.
He made a stink bomb.
Yeah, and he made... yeah, I mean, what is it? I was trying to think. It's just like an explosion of general pepperness.
I bet it smells like wet dog.
Andross programmed all these crabs to hunt out the scent of wet dog. But sir, it's an entire planet of dogs. Yeah, but he's the wet one.
But he's the stinkiest boy.
Yeah, I guess Pepper's an old dog. He would probably be pretty stinky. This is where Fox tells Pepper to move to a sealed room. And there's a pair of soldiers, Cornerian soldiers, in there with Pepper. And they stuff him inside a Roomba. Right?
Yeah, I don't understand how that's much safer than... I guess it's just to mask his dog stink more than keep him safe.
Yeah, I guess so. So the robots start heading for Slippy's explosion so that they can bomb them all. This is the point where they explain to Falco what's going on, because he has no idea.
He's just been in the zone with his cool new visor.
Yeah, he's the only one who didn't get it. Like, they didn't explain it to Fox either, but Fox just got it.
Hmm
He knew what was going on.
He smelled what the Rock was cooking.
And they destroy all the robots, but then a giant ship comes through the portal, piloted by Granga.
But before we talk about him, I want to talk about the fact that when they used bombs, it was just the bomb from Star Fox 64,
Yeah.
which I never quite understood how it worked as a projectile, but they sure made it work.
Yeah, they did. Did it? I don't think it made the same sound effect, did it? I can't remember.
No, but it did still have a giant bee on it.
The sound effect of a Star Fox bomb is so iconic to me. It's a great noise.
It is a good noise.
But yeah, we talked a little bit about Granga earlier. You didn't recognize him?
Yes and no, because
You recognize him, but you're not sure which one he is.
yes.
Yes, Granga is the walk-in robot that we talked about a few minutes ago.
No!
Yeah, he's the one who pilots that.
I hate that guy.
Yeah. I was just surprised that it was him.
As opposed to somebody like Andrew.
Or just a new character. I could not find out who plays Granga in Japanese. He's the only member of the Japanese cast I couldn't find.
It's
But
a shame. I liked his voice actor.
weirdly, I did find out the English voice for Granga. So in English, Granga is played by Jay Preston, who played Nidhogg in Devil May Cry 5, Erastus Dorsey in Wasteland 3, Uncle Anpu in Genshin Impact, and the robot pirates in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I played none of those, so
Same.
I don't know any of these characters. But yeah, this ship that they're fighting here is actually the first boss of Star Fox Zero, and it's piloted by Granga in the game as well.
Cool.
And yeah, he did a good job. I thought it stood out a lot that he's the only voiced character who isn't 3D.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only 2D character we see here. But we never see him in person. We only see his face on the comms. Just like in the game, I guess.
Yeah. And they use all the calm noises. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good, yeah. This was made for people like us who grew up with Star Fox 64, wasn't it?
This is made for people like us that have spent the last 20 years quoting Star Fox.
Yeah, they put this together, I think, to attract specifically me to buy Star Fox Zero. And I was disappointed by Star Fox Zero, but I was not disappointed by this short.
No, the short was good.
Yeah, I liked this. This made me wish we had a real Star Fox show.
I know. I love Star Fox and Co.
Yeah, they're such good characters. So they all work together to take out the big old ship. They don't use the walker mode. I think they didn't want to remind us that there's a walker mode now.
I totally forgot there was a walker mode.
Yeah, and in the game, I'm pretty sure you have to use the walker mode to destroy this boss.
To get up under him.
And I think they left the walker out on purpose because this short is geared so much towards Star Fox 64 fans.
And they knew if we saw it, we would go nowhere near it.
Yes, I did not like the walker. Apparently, the walker is an idea that they had come up with for Star Fox 2 way back on the Super Nintendo. And just didn't make it in. And I kind of feel like it didn't need to be revived.
It could have stayed in the past.
Yeah, we didn't need it. It wasn't great. We don't need Chicken Robot.
If we're going to get walkers, we need to be out on our feet with rocket launchers.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Granga is the way he screams monkey as he flies above.
Oh my god, I lost it. I watched it again right before this just to refresh my memory, and it was just as good the second time, if not better.
Yeah. They take Pepper out the trash. I like they don't even do it gently. They just tip the trash can over and he falls out.
I mean, that's how you get a stinky dog out of the garbage.
He's an old man.
He is a war hero.
And they put him in a trash can and then dumped him out of it. Not even an empty trash can. There was trash in there.
Yeah, the Roomba was in the process of picking up garbage.
Why was there so much garbage on the floor inside the Capitol building?
I don't know.
They're on the top floor of the Capitol building. In the command center.
There's one threat of intergalactic war, and everybody just forgets their manners.
So everybody celebrates, and it plays the Star Fox 64 victory theme, which I was happy to hear.
Me too.
It's nice. And Pepper asked them to head to Sector Alpha, which is the second stage of Star Fox Zero.
Was that in 64?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember which sectors there were.
If I remember rightly... Now, in Star Fox 64, we have Sector X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
In Star Fox Zero, instead of those, they have sectors Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, I think.
Okay.
Which are less cool. I like the letter-shaped nebulas.
Yeah.
As the Star Fox team fly away, they give their end-of-stage reports, just like in the game.
I loved it.
Yeah. But then Pepper contacts Peppy to give him a secret mission they can't tell the others about.
Because Andross is being naughty again.
It plays, as he's doing it, it plays kind of a mysterious version of one of the boss themes.
Oh, I had not picked up on that, but I also don't remember a lot of the music because you know about my N64.
Oh yeah, I always forget.
It's a weird thing.
It is a weird thing.
And it's also a crying shame because Nintendo 64 music slaps.
Oh, there's tons of great stuff, yeah. So do you know the Paper Mario music though, right?
Yeah, because I played that again on an emulator when
Okay.
I was like 19 or 20.
Because I know we've talked about my love of Ghost Gulpin.
Yes.
One of my favorite N64 themes ever.
And we've talked about my love for Crystal Palace Crawl because
That's-
it's such a weird, random, spooky stage.
Yeah. Star Fox 64 also has some of my favorite. There's just so much good music on the N64. It was like a golden age for chiptunes.
Oh, well, rub it in, why don't you?
No, what I'm saying is, you need to replay all these games on the Switch. And hear
This is true.
Hear the music.
I just hate the way that they've configured the N64 controller on the Switch controller.
I know. And Star Fox is one of the worst for it as well.
That's exactly why I'm scared to play it, but I guess I do have the 3DS version. Or I can just emulate it.
I have gotten used to the button configuration for the Switch for Star Fox now, but I wish you could edit it. Pepper tells Peppy that he can't tell any of the others about a secret mission that he has because Andross has made something, and we're not allowed to know what it is because that's a hook to get us interested to buy the game and find out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what it was?
I do want to know what it was.
I don't remember.
Oh no!
No, I'm pretty sure that it was an extra dimensional teleporter. From what I remember, I think the story in Star Fox Zero is not just that they banished Andross to Venom, but also they banished Venom to another dimension.
Oh!
To get rid of him.
And he's clawing his way out.
Yeah, and he's clawing his way back into the real dimension. And I remember when I got to the point where that's revealed, First of all, I thought, why wouldn't the Star Fox team have noticed that a whole planet disappeared? But also, I thought, is this a way of them bringing all the different versions of this story together and saying, like, there are different dimensions and these are different retellings of the story that happened in these different dimensions?
A Star Fox multiverse?
Yeah, were they doing a Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse did it? And I think if this game had come out now, that's absolutely what they would have done, but that's not what they did, and I was disappointed that it wasn't.
Oh. I do like the fact that Andross was so naughty that they banished his entire planet.
Yeah. I think. I haven't played Zero in a long time. I haven't played it since it came out. So it's possible I'm misremembering some things, but that's what I remember it being. So Andross says Fox's name and laughs. And then that's the end. And then over the credits, they play footage of what we just saw in the short, but taking place in the game instead.
Yes.
So we get to see the crab robots. We get to see stuff coming through the portal. We get to see all range mode. And we even get to see Granga's ship take off through the portal. Because Granga survives this encounter. He doesn't survive his encounter with Star Fox in Star Fox 64.
Oh, no.
Or at least we don't know that he survived. I think
He probably ejected.
That thing blew up pretty good.
He ejected. He's fine.
I don't know, man. Star Fox is like the one Nintendo cartoon animal franchise where they're willing to kill off characters. So.
That's true. Fox's dad is dead.
Fox's dad is dead. Pigma dies. I think most of the bosses die, if not all of them. I guess the Star Wolf team survive a couple being shot down times.
Yeah, you shoot him down twice, up to 2 times in 64.
Yeah, and then they still come back for assault, so. But Pigma gets mutated beyond recognition.
Yeah, he doesn't get shot down. He gets borged.
Yeah, he sure. I wonder if that was a reference. I guess it's not quite the same as the Borg. They don't turn people into giant face ships.
But they should. So it's more like he got reapered.
I guess it is. At the end of the credits, we see pricing and release date details for Star Fox Zero, just in case there was any doubt.
To be fair, if I was not already aware that Star Fox Zero is a bit of a stinker, this would be an extremely effective marketing method.
Oh, it was. For me, I pre-ordered it. You know, I'm probably too harsh on it, really. I don't think it's my least favorite Star Fox game, but it's definitely not halfway up the list.
Yeah.
I would play 64, the original, or Assault again before I played Zero, I think. In that order.
Yes.
Assault was great. I think Assault is really underrated.
I liked Assault, but I think it needed more R-Wing time.
And I think that is my complaint with Zero as well. Because Zero introduces a whole bunch of new vehicles that nobody asked for. I just want to be in the R-Wing. I will take the Landmaster occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't even want the Blue Marine, really.
I hate that level.
Yeah, I avoid that one.
It's stupid clam.
Do you have a favorite route? Do you remember?
It's been a while, so I can't quite remember. But I would always go through the asteroid field so I could go to the synthwave zone.
Of course, yeah, that makes sense.
And that puts you on Bill's planet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you go there, and then you go to the sun, and then you go to the train level.
Yes, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so then if I were able to do the super secret train kill, because some of those switches are bullshit.
Yeah, they are.
Then I would do that and go up to whatever that thing is before Venom.
Area 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those train switches, especially if you're missing one of your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know there's a couple points where Falco or Peppy shoot switches that are like on the opposite side of the tracks for you.
And this is right after you're coming off of the sun planet where everybody takes half their health and damage just existing.
Yeah. So my favorite route, which takes me through all of my favorite stages except Bill's one, is I basically just stay on the easy route all the way up to Sector X. I do the asteroid field, I do Fortuna, which is the first fight against Starwolf, where there's the bomb in the base and you have to take them out quickly so you can defuse it. Then from there, I destroy the bomb, which should take you to the sun. But I don't want to go to the sun.
It's a horrible place to go.
Yeah, so then I use the change route option. You can, because on the map, you can choose to change route, but you can only choose to go to an easier one.
Yeah.
So if you only earned the easy route, you can't change to the hard one. You can only go the other way. So I earn my way to the sun, and then I change route and go to Sector X instead.
I don't like Sector X.
I do, because I love the boss.
That weird robot?
Yeah, he's great. Destroy.
Where is the creator?
Yeah, but then you have to make sure you take that robot out really quickly.
Yeah, because otherwise you go to the horrible sand planet to save Slippy.
Yeah, if you let the fight go on too long, he slaps Slippy out of the air and you have to go to Titania to rescue him. So you take him out quickly.
That just awoke a primal memory of a drawing you had done where Slippy gets slapped to Titania, but you just labeled it as tit.
What was it? Did we do a Star Fox comic at some point?
I think you might have just done like a few little ones.
Okay.
It wasn't a long one like we did.
Because I know we used to like retell the stories of games that each other hadn't played for each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know because you did both
Silent Hill 4.
You did both Silent Hill 4 and Condemned for me. Although you didn't get very far into the Condemned one, but
No, that one took forever to draw.
it's because you were getting so detailed with it. And I know I did Sonic Adventure 2 for you.
Yes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, and then from Sector X, if you beat Slippy quick enough, then you go to Macbeth, and then you flip all the switches, and then you go to Area 6, and then you get the true ending.
Yeah?
It's the easiest way to get the true ending, I think. Because you play mostly easy stages until the last possible moment, and then you switch over to hard.
I can't not go through the warp zone.
Yes, no, and I agree with you. And also, the one regret I have about my favorite route is that I don't get to see Bill at all. I don't get to see Bill or Cat, come to think of it.
Oh yeah. What's the first one that she appears in?
She appears in Zonus, I think.
Ugh, I hate Zonus.
And then if you help her in Zonus, then she will show up in the next stage, whichever one you go to.
That's right. I knew she came back twice.
Yeah, so she'll either show up at Sector Z to help you shoot the missiles, or she'll show up at Macbeth and help you shoot the train switches, depending on where you go. Bill does that too, right? He shows up in the next stage and helps? Or does he just show up later?
I think he just shows up later.
I can't remember when. Oh, does he? I think he shows up like at the last stage. I feel like I remember him showing up at that satellite on the easy route. Oh, wait! Doesn't he show up at Sector X and help you shoot the warp gates? I never do the warp gate thing.
I don't know. I never go to Sector X.
Okay, yeah, he helps you open the warp gates in Sector X, and he helps you fight the boss on the sun, apparently. I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that either.
No. I never go to the sun, though.
Oh, doesn't he, like, drop items for you or something?
Maybe. Does he drop silver rings?
Maybe.
Because I know you have to, like, constantly collect silver rings in that stage, don't you?
Yeah, or else you burn up.
Yeah. I don't like that stage.
It's awful.
It's very stressful. Anyway, let's talk about the dub, shall we?
Let's do it.
It was pretty good. It was pretty accurate. I liked the voices. They sounded like the real voices, even though it wasn't them. The only big change I saw is that Granger no longer screams monkey as he flies away.
That's the best part.
I know, I was really upset. Instead, he just shouts,
When Andross hears about this, you're through! You hear me?
which is
Doesn't
lame.
have the same, yeah.
I liked this. I want more of this.
Me too. And I want more Star Fox.
Yeah, Nintendo, you don't have to wait until you think of a new innovation. We just want more Star Fox.
We literally just want more of the same thing, but not as literally as you've been taking it.
Yeah, you take it the wrong. You think we want the same story. That's the exact opposite of what we want. We don't want new gameplay on the same story. We want a new story with the same gameplay. Just take what you did for Star Fox Zero and reverse it.
Flip it around. You did it wrong.
No, we don't need new ships. We just need our wings and a new thing that happens. And some new stages.
Same boys. Maybe give us somebody instead of Peppy because he's so old.
But not Crystal.
No, please not Crystal.
Bring back those girls from Star Fox 2 that just kind of didn't ever appear for real. I don't even know their names. Miyu and something. There's a poodle and a lynx, I think they are.
Yeah, Miyu and Faye.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I got one of them right.
Yeah, they're cute. Give us one of them.
Yeah. Or both of them, even.
Yeah, what are they up to these days?
They're way cooler than Crystal. That's the thing. And, like, I always feel like there's a lot of people who don't like Crystal because of sexism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the thing for me. I would love a good female member of the Star Fox team. Crystal just isn't one. It's a sci-fi series and you put a random, like, magic user on the team. It's weird.
Yeah.
They gave Slippy a wife at one point too.
Forgot about that.
Put her in.
The fact that Sleepy got married before Fox.
I know.
Good for him.
I don't know where they would have gone after Star Fox Command, because that game has like 15 endings.
I remember you telling me about them as you played it and how they're like mostly depressing.
They're extremely depressing. The first time you play through, there's only one ending that you can get, and it's an ending where the team breaks up and Fox and Crystal break up and become really depressed, and like everybody just goes off and has an awful, terrible life.
Why?
They give you that terrible ending, I think, to encourage you to play again and get a better ending.
I think I would be too sad.
So many of the endings are really sad. There's like one where Crystal leaves the team and goes off and becomes a bounty hunter, and then years later she runs into Fox on some planet, but he doesn't recognize her. That's just how it ends.
He's moved on with her life, and she's mad that he has.
There's another one where she runs away with Panther. There's one where Fox and Falco leave and become F-Zero racers.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That should be canon.
I would love more Star Fox games. I would take a Star Fox show. There was one in production at one point, a stop-motion Star Fox show.
Stop motion?
Yeah, it was being made in 2015, and it was being made by College Humor.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't... Nintendo pulled the plug on it because at the same time Netflix were working on a Zelda show, and someone at Netflix leaked the details, and Nintendo got mad about it, so they just cancelled all the shows that they had in production.
That seems a bit extreme.
It does, but honestly, I don't think this College Humor Star Fox show is what I would have wanted anyway.
Agreed.
I don't want a parody Star Fox show. I want a sci-fi action adventure.
I want more slice of life Star Fox.
I just want this short, but 20 minutes long and 26 episodes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this so much that I started playing Star Fox 64 again right after I watched this.
I hear her call too.
And I've been playing it for like 3 days now.
I think about Star Fox every day.
As you should. As we all should.
And I will forever.
Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, as we reminisced about Star Fox for 2 hours.
Yeah, this is mostly just us talking about how much we love Star Fox 64.
Yeah, but that's fine. Is that not the podcast that you tuned into?
I guess technically, but I think people are really mostly just here for Maniac Mansion.
We will return to the mansion soon. Well, we've got to return to a few other shows. Let's do a couple return episodes after this.
Happy anniversary, Star Fox!
We love you, Star Fox.
You're our only hope.
I don't think Nintendo are going to do a whole lot about the Star Fox anniversary.
I don't think so either, and I'm sad about it.
I'd be surprised if they even mention it. I'd be surprised if they even remember.
It's so sad.
Fox is sitting at home with a party hat on, wondering if Miyamoto's gonna call.
His adoptive father, who still doesn't care. Wish my dad just stayed dead.
Poor Fox McCloud.
It's okay, we love you, Fox McCloud.
Yeah. One of Nintendo's best characters, I think.
Other than Falco and Wolf.
Well, yeah. Like, Nintendo don't tend to make particularly strong characters.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Star Fox is a, like, welcome break from Nintendo's fleet of silent protagonists.
Silent protagonists, or just like bland supporting characters.
Yeah.
Except for Bowser, the best character.
Mario has a few good ones, but they mostly became good later.
Yeah.
Like, even Luigi didn't gain a personality until Luigi's Mansion, really.
That's true. And that's when he stole our hearts.
Yeah.
He sucked them out with the poltergeist.
You can find us on patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub if you want to find outtakes from the show, where we talk about such things as Diarrhea Restaurant. Or
You can't keep using Diarrhea Restaurant forever.
you can also find us at coffee.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub if you would like to support us with the monies from your wallets, because we don't have any in ours.
No. Just drop a couple quarters in the sad little cup we're shaking.
And if you would like to tweet things at us or see announcements for when we do things, you can find us on Twitter. It's SBreakfastFC. And I do stuff on Twitch. I'm Skull Pirate Mike. You can come and watch me play video games. I just finished Mass Effect. I'm about to start Crash Bandicoot 2.
Crash Bandicoot 2 instead of Mass Effect 2?
Yeah, I'm alternating Crash and Mass Effect right now.
Okay, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's like the Pac-Man and Rubik's The Amazing Cube Hour, but for Mass Effect
Fuck
and
you.
Crash Bandicoot.
It's like Le Planète du Donkey Kong.
But with 100% less Donkey Kong. Which means it's 100% worse.
Or is it better? We're undetermined.
We're undetermined. Bye.
Is this an anniversary episode?
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that, did I?
Maybe we should cut and paste that at the beginning.
Yeah, okay, let's do it now.